Hey, what's up, everybody? So this is Rohan, and today we have Ujwal with us on this call. Ujwal is a sales funnel agency owner. He started recently, I think a few months or a year back, on this journey of his building his sales funnel agency. The reason why we have him on this call today is because he's been able to do approximately 3.5 lakh in 4 months with working with the five clients in total. So offering services that he offers people as done for you service, which is around media buying, basically sales funnel as a whole, landing pages, sales pages, copywriting, media buying, paid media, etc. So Ujwal, super proud of your journey here and the way you have grown. So the mic is yours. I want you to talk about yourself. Where are you from? And how did it get started for you you got started on this journey of launching your sales funnel agency?
First of all, I just want to thank you, Rohan, for bringing me on this call. And I just can't be more grateful about this community because I would say in this chaos of marketing, everybody selling something on the other thing. This community has been a big, big family for me. First of all, landing so many clients from this community itself, I would say I'm so, so grateful from this community. And the second and the most important factor which I felt and I was stuck in the starting was that I was in that perfection loop, because when I just joined the community, I have a software engineering background and I can actually custom code sites. I can actually dig deep inside to actually add more features. But what I learned from you at the end of the day was what are the main core things that we should actually focus on. It's not custom coding the site, it's actually bringing that live and bringing sales. So I was in a perfection loop that I should learn Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, native ads, CPA ads, different kind of advertising things. And you asked me to niche down and then start hunting for clients. And that was I was having clients, but at the end of the day, this perfection loops kind of was actually eating me from the inside. It was eating my months. It was actually eating so much of my time that I was stuck in that I have to perfect this first and then start landing clients.
Mm.
And that is where it was immensely helpful from your end. And secondly, your coaching calls are like real gold mine, I would say, because when I sit on a coaching call, it feels like, frankly, it feels like going on a one-on-one with
Mhm.
various people and then solving their problems, just like, what is in the market, what is working. We also get to know what is the current data that is actually hitting, because if somebody in this audience is watching, we should know what is the current CTR. We should know what is the show up in workshop for free workshops, what is the show up for paid workshops, how the nurture sequences work. These are various terminologies, I would say, the current stats which is working, because we cannot travel this path alone, what I feel, because at the end of the day, what we have to understand is what is the market all about. Because as a freelancer, how many clients can I hold? Like 5, 10, not more than that. And in that 5 or 10 clients, you create a space of your own. If you don't have exposure, if you don't have a family where hundreds of people are doing the same thing, I would say you kind of get captured in your own mess, that okay, the current CTR is this. No, the current CTR, that person I heard in Rohan's community is getting this CTR. So maybe I am doing something wrong, or maybe I can optimize in some way. So these are kind of things I frankly feel we all, as a freelancer, as a marketeer, as an agency owner, we should all kind of, it keeps our ears open. Okay, in the market, this is what is working. In the market, this is not working. Okay, this coach is facing this issue. Maybe my coach, my client can face this issue in future. So I can resolve that beforehand. So there are many nitty gritties which involve when you join a community like this. And the second thing I would say is the third thing which I would say is the most is the being organized, being like the gratefulness activities which you ask in the community to do, like updating your task every day. We kind of see that everyone is doing it. That kinds of push us. Like there are other freelancers in the community as well, so it kinds of pushes that okay, this freelancer landed a big client. So this kind of pushes us more to like, okay, we can also do it. He also started where he was and where I started. I am in this community for 1 year and it feels like, okay, he landed a bigger client, man. So it kind of also creates a competitive environment, which is very healthy competitive environment, which kind of creates more creativity to bring in more insight. So I was just like, I just can't be more grateful about this community, and
Amazing.
especially for you making this community.
Well, yeah, I mean, the reason why I got into internet marketing as a niche is because this is where my bad past experience or pain area was. Because when I got into certification programs on internet marketing back in 2016, I felt the need of better coaches and not just teachers or trainers, because most of the times people out there are just teachers and trainers teaching marketing. And I think marketing, internet marketing specifically, digital marketing specifically as a subject, should be taught by subject matter expertise who have hands-on experience. So otherwise, bookish knowledge, you can make out if it's people just sharing bookish knowledge, especially in digital marketing, right? And that's why digital marketing such a you have so many different, it's such a big vast umbrella where you have so many sub skill sets that you can master and become good at inside digital marketing. But that's why I focus on specific areas, because that's where I'm good at. And I don't talk about, like, for example, SEO. I'm not the guy for SEO. So yeah, so that's why I did it. And I'm glad that I have people like you inside, so that you are getting value, you're growing yourself, you're growing your client base, getting your clients results. So you mentioned a lot of things there. There was a pretty long rant, but that's fine. You talked about you were in a perfection loop before this. You talked about you were trading time for money. Things are all over the place. It was not organized as much. One thing that you liked, the takeaway that for you that I also noted down here, is daily documentation, daily journaling as a habit, which is kind of creating that healthy competitive environment and also pushing you to test your limits and go beyond your limit. Uh, Coaching calls, you have had great things to talk about coaching calls. So there are a lot of things that you mentioned, but there's one thing that I would want to ask you. A couple of things here. One is about niching down, right? So when you talk about you were not getting as much results, or it was not consistently performing, right? The client for basically results for clients maybe, or your own results. So how did it help you really when you talk about niching down your exact positioning? What was that one biggest takeaway for you that I probably shared with you in one of the calls or maybe one-on-one discussions?
What I frankly feel is when we sit on a coaching call, we get an overall idea of like a customer journey for any business. Let's say you go on a one-on-one call with a coach and he is struggling with the back end. He has a profitable front end and now he's struggling with the back end. So we kind of get idea on how to actually, the product launch phase, like how to launch the back end, even if you are profitable in the front end. And the second thing which I noticed was, even if someone is struggling to get leads at lower cost, good quality leads at lower cost in the front end. So there is also cases when you actually cater to these kinds of coaches, that you are giving them suggestions on how to get lower cost leads in the front end. So what I felt was, as a freelancer, when you go on a call with, let's say you go on a call with a discovery call with a person who is struggling in his business. So the kind of environment which is created in internet marketing ninjas is, when you are on a call and you understand what is happening inside, you already have a problem, you already have a solution to that, some solution which is working, some solution which has made another person maybe crores of money. So what happens is, when the client suddenly hears that, okay, he has something which is kind of relatable, he has something which is true, so that kind of help you to land clients, because at the end of the day you kind of gain their trust, because it's not just bluffing that, okay, I'll do this for you, maybe this will work, I'll do this for you, maybe this will work. So in my case, what happened was, one of my clients were struggling to get lower cost leads. He just wanted leads for his email marketing purpose, his like video, he's not good in videos. So what I did was, I just asked him to create a free ebook, and then we ran ads for him, and then he got free leads. And not to make sure that it was quality leads, we added and in the end of that ebook we added a lead magnet, just you can book a one-on-one call kind of stuff. So these were the processes which were actually discussed on calls. And what I feel is, it's an all-round package, because when you go on a coaching calls, you understand the entire funnel from first getting a cold audience, making them warm, and then getting inside with a lower ticket product. And then, everything is actually inside the coaching call, because it's not just coaching call, it's real life scenarios being catered. So what I feel is that is actually helping not just to niche down, but also giving a lot of information on how to face, the discovery calls, because you'll not go there with just no experience. Even if you are a complete newbie freelancer, you get inside, you just go on coaching calls, you just keep your ears open and you just hear everything that is inside. You will get a lot of information to share with your discovery call clients. So they kind of feel that, okay, this guy is experienced. I am not putting my money into someone who is a newbie. So it already gives you that experience on your shoulders, so that without even going on taking clients. So that is like one.
So what was it before? Like before you came to me, let's talk about that. And let's stick to only to niche, like your positioning, right? Like now you call yourself as sales funnel freelancer or agency owner, micro agency owner. So it's sales funnel primarily, right? So you found your unique positioning, but you talked about niching down, which you now have the clarity and you understand why you need to do it, because you want to talk to the clients, the right kind of clients, so that you know that you're dealing with the right people, you're helping the right people, you're working with the right people. So what was before it, before you came to me? What's the difference now? What did you used to think before coming to me about niches and micro niches or macro niches? And how did that shift happen? What was it before? Like, what were your thinking process? What was your what do I say? What did you perceive this micro niche to be as? What was your understanding of it?
What I would suggest is before before getting an understanding, of course, it took a lot of going through failures and stuff. But before getting into this community, I was not very used to making offers. Frankly, I would suggest everything that we offer, even if it's a lead magnet, even if things are more towards selling them something, everything, not just micro niche, it's at the end of the day a micro offer that is solving their problem. So I learned the concepts of offer creation, which I would say is kind of being very useful, because at the end of the day, even if you are giving your target audience something for free, before this, what I was doing was I was just trying to run ads, Facebook ads, and then we were trying to get in more leads, the number factor. And then we were focusing on to convert that number into some sales. But what my perspective changed was, not we cannot just get in numbers. Huge numbers won't do anything, because if they are not quality leads. What happened was, when we shifted our mindset, when I shifted my mindset from just numbers to quality offers, maybe it can be a micro offer solving a very small problem in that niche. And when that came into this zone, and what I did was, that actually changed the game in quality. We actually saw open rates in email go up. We saw maybe our conversions go up. And at the end of the day, the game is in the offer. It's like when I just shifted from this number game to the offer game. That is where things changed.
Yeah, that's well said, because that's, I think, one of the most common patterns that I've also observed working with so many people, that usually people just focus on numbers like kitna cost per lead hona chahiye, kitna cost per purchase hona chahiye, like usually like what should be my daily budget, Rohan, etc. And I always tell them these are not correct questions to ask, because it depends on niche to niche. And I would be happy to pay 5 times more than anybody else if I know that my average ticket size is higher. And I know that if I have to get this kind of a quality client, then I'm happy to pay for it when I know my LTV is higher, right, than usual. So yeah, so that from the outside, people don't get it. They don't understand it because they have not done it. And that's exactly what you also mentioned that you used to focus more on numbers before, but then you realize it's not about numbers. It's all about your offering, basically your product, your service, how do you present it, right? So amazing. Now, I would also want to talk about, because you mentioned about offers, right? I also want to talk about the pricing, like a couple of things that you would want, that you learned through me, that help you get working with these clients and charge this much of money, make this much of money, help your clients get results. What exactly did inside offer creation? Pricing is one thing, right? Like how do you price your how did you understand the pricing equation about your own service, about your funnel agency? And how are you getting that, using that same knowledge and helping your clients also price their own products and services the right way so that they get good ROAS in respect to their media buying. So how about your answer on that?
Regarding the pricing strategy, what I felt was it depends on niche to niche, because what I felt was the client which I talked about, the ebook client, we were getting that lead that the person will go through the entire 12-page ebook and then they will enter their lead. That is the most quality audience we can expect. So I think that lead would have gone to maybe 200, 250 per lead. But those leads were converting like wow. On the other hand, what we did was the same ebook. We distributed that for free. Just give your email ID, phone number. We gave that for free, and it was more around 10 rupees or 15 rupees in just. And out of 100, only I would say maybe one or two were just buying the high ticket product, which was like priced at 6,000, 7,000. So at the end of the day, what I frankly feel is you have to determine who is your target audience. When you have your audience persona created, target customer persona, that is the most important thing. Because if I am asking a fitness niche guru to target a person who is depressed with like maybe a heartbreak and stuff, and they will also enter that, okay, I will also want to get fit. But maybe if we'll add more extra layers of like more extra layers of filtering, and then our lead cost will go up. So what I understood was lead cost, bringing that low is a good thing, but at the end of the day, we need more quality rather than numbers. So in terms of pricing, what I understood was we have to first understand what our target audience is, where they are hanging out, what their mood is, which pages they are actually spending their time with. So kind of pricing, I will suggest it's or depends on from target audience to target audience.
So that's what you like earlier you used to feel like everybody. Hey, I want to bring the cost down. I want to bring the cost down. Why am I paying like 100 rupees per lead when the other person is paying 20 rupees? Right? Just like everybody thinks. So I'm glad that you took these learning away, because this is going to help you grow your agency much faster. And not just faster, but also the reason why I say faster, because the more you understand this psychology, which is consumer psychology, and understanding that it actually would require you to, like, you have to look at all the action points that gets you the right kind of people come to you, which eventually will help your client make more money, generate more revenue, because you're in a kind of a B2B niche. And then because of that, you'll be able to retain the clients for a longer duration, which will in return help you make more money. So it's about that consumer psychology that's important for people to understand, that how someone consumes a content also determines the quality of your lead, your prospect, or your client. So like Ujwal mentioned, if you place a call to action somewhere in the middle of ebook, you will get say calls booked. If it's a one-on-one call funnel that you're running, you probably will get a lot of more calls comparatively, as opposed to you having a call to action towards the end of the ebook. But the call that you get gets booked towards later half of the ebook, which is towards after a while, where someone has consumed some bit of content, or you strategically place the call to action where you should be placing, you'll see the difference in the lead quality there. So even if you pay high for that particular lead, but that the quality of the lead, the person will be, or the potential client will be much more premium than anybody else. So it's all about that. I'm glad that you picked that up. Last thing I would want to know before we end this call is a lot of things you mentioned here, a lot of golden nuggets. I was just noting it down. That how about like you worked with, say, this number 3.5 lakh in about 4 months with 5 clients. How much did closing a client help you? Like how much of client closing or buying psychology did you understand being a part of our community or one of our mentorship programs, being a part of it? How much did you learn about client closing? Because client closing is another big challenge for people, because it all originates from not being good at sales or not understanding sales psychology. So what were those biggest takeaways that you did not have before going on a call with potential clients, but now you do because you got this learning from us and from me?
I would highly like this was like one of the core factors which I would say which was actually improved because one of the most like problems that, like, one of the biggest phases where a closing call actually collapses, where the client doesn't want to work with you, is when they don't feel confident about it. And first thing, because after going to coaching calls, you will already know this is working in this niche, this is working in this niche. So we'll be a master of 3 4 5 niches for sure. And what I see is most of the clients come from one of that niches only. So you're already confident about what is working there, and you are, that will be actually visible in your eyes and the way you speak. So at the end of the day, that kinds of helps a lot. And second thing is, what I felt, client landing is like, landing a client is documenting everything on the call. The processes, of course, which I think we should not share it, like, of course, the processes, documenting like step by step what you are going to do with them, what kind of results they can expect, what kind of return on investment they can expect with you, like as a freelancer. Let's say I am landing a client for like X amount, and can I give them 3x back? So this kind of confidence, like, you, when you talk in terms of numbers, it kind of hits them with, okay, this kind of guy is confident with numbers, not just he just want to come in and learn from me. He is confident. First thing, he has the solution for my niche, because that is like the one confidence level. Second confidence level, he has the solution in terms of numbers. Okay, I'm investing this much in Ujwal, this much I'll get back. This much in Ujwal, this much I'll get back. So it kind of grows from step to step. Like, of course, the process is kind of, I would say, very strategic. You cannot tell a client, I'll buy from me $10,000 first, like pay me $10,000. No, maybe like it kinds of, solving a particular process, like a funnel is already framed, they are not getting results. That is the one of the core reasons why they are in call with you. Now, the part of the funnel which you already saw, just because of the experience, that this part has problem, and you already told that, okay, this part has problem, sir, if we kind of repair this part, your funnel will be okay, and now you will make money. So that kind of process. And now let's say you've solved that part for $500, and now they kind of see the money coming in, and now they can even, and another level, you can pitch them like $10,000, $2,000, $3,000. So it's not just about acquiring a client from front only $10,000. We also need to have our funnel as a freelancer. I actually understood.
Yeah, exactly. Because people don't realize, especially freelancers. I've worked with many. They don't realize, like, freelancers can also run paid ads. They don't realize it, and they're like, yeah, we never thought of it. I'm like, yeah, you can. Like, you can actually get clients by running ads. Why would you not do that? So yeah, so amazing having you on this call here today, Ujwal. I wanted to keep this call quick. So the next up, we will do a longer call where we'll talk about all the processes and methodologies and frameworks that you have been able to learn being a part of our mentorship program. And but that comes, so you've already clocked about 3.5 lakhs, so you've got about 6.5 more to go. So once you hit that 10 lakh figure, that's when we get on a detailed 1 hour call. It's like a podcast. That'll be more like a podcast where we'll talk about your expertise, because I feel that once I've seen freelancers or agency owners hit like 10 lakh in revenue through clients, they have a much more better understanding of marketing and psychological principles that helps businesses to grow in the online world. So I'm pretty sure that you'll have much more depth in your content, and that's when the audience will also enjoy more. So thank you for being here. One thing you would want to tell, just to inspire your fellow freelancers or agency owners, what would you want to tell them?
I just want to tell that we actually need a community, because as humans, we can't have 20 clients with us and have our own family. Basically, if you don't have like a team of 4 5 people and you're just starting out, maybe we need a family. That is where I was lacking in the front. We need a family, and I would say Rohan's family was one of the best authentic family which I realized, because the best part in this community is he is very blunt and straightforward. He will never sugarcoat things. I know various, like, inside the community, I have been in that places where Rohan was actually very strict in Ujwal. You have to land this client, stop this perfection loop. I was like, he will tell me today, 30 days after he'll ask me, okay, Ujwal client land hua. Then 15 days later he'll again ask me, client land hua. नहीं, मैं परफेक्शन लूप में अटका हूँ. परफेक्शन लूप में कब तक अटके रहोगे? See, there are various phases. Like, we also have this like mindset of that, if we charge 50,000, are we worth 50,000? Should we charge 50,000? So these are various mindsets which we face, and all of a sudden we see that, okay, this person joined day before yesterday in this community, 10 days later, and this person landed a 1 lakh client, and I don't see his work, like I can do better than him. So these kinds of things is not, which I would say, harming, it kinds of healthy. You gain confidence, okay, this person is doing, I can do even better. I have a much better background in marketing, so I can do much better. So this kinds of confidence is very much required. So I would say we need a community. It's not just about knowledge everywhere.
Correct.
At the end of the day, we need a community, and that kinds of helps a lot.
Well said. All right. Thank you for being here, Ujwal. For you guys, if you really liked watching this video, then I would request you to please hit the like, subscribe, share button, comment, so that you can see more of such amazing, inspiring journey and case studies that I keep documenting. So please do that. Ujwal, thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to getting on another call with you where we document your next milestone, which is hitting 10 lakhs in revenue. Yes.
Sure.
All right. Have a good one, Ujwal.